We'll start some additional, I'll show you some additional commands here now. I'm clicking on this and I'm going, it is equivalent to clicking from here, okay? It is just a simulation, so I'm going there. In a real router, you don't have any button where you can click. Okay, so you have to go through the PC through a console cable. Okay, I can show you an important thing here only. The router or the device was idle for more than 5 minutes, so I have not done anything there. That's why, as a security purpose, it has thrown me out. I'm out of the router actually. Okay, it's just for security. That, you know, by default it is 5 minutes. Within the 5 minutes of inactivity, it is going to throw me out. Okay, it's just a security feature. And you can configure this behavior. You can ask him to, you can modify those timing. You are in the enable mode. You go to the configuration mode. How did you enter this device now? You are entering the device through line console, right? You are entering the device through line console. Whatever configurations you have to do regarding the console port, which is a management port, whatever configurations you have to do regarding the console port, which is a management port, you need to go to that console port. The command is line console 0. Line console 0. Enter. Now, when you type line console 0, just hold on. If you type line console 0, you will get into specific configuration mode, and you can see it is config-line here. Here it is config-line. Whenever you are in the console port, or in the auxiliary port, or in the case of virtual port, line VTY, that means in any of the management ports, you will be in line, config-line. If you are in some physical port, it will be if. Is this clear? Okay. So here, I'll give a command, executive, exec-timeout. Executive timeout. By default, it was actually 5-0. It is exec-timeout. By default, it is 5 minutes 0 seconds. The first one is minute, second one is second. But you want to modify the time. You want that he should not log me out within 10 minutes. Let's say 10 minutes 30 seconds. Then it will be 10-30. And you have to press enter. I have not done that. But if you want that, you are configuring so many devices here, lots of devices, you are configuring one device, then you are going to the next device, you are coming back to this previous device after half an hour. So you basically want that router should not throw you out. He should keep you logged in for indefinite time. In that case, you are going to give executive timeout 0-0. If you are giving executive timeout 0-0, that means they will never throw you out. But this should not be done in the production network. Yes, while configuring lots of devices, you can do it temporarily, but you should bring it back to the maybe 5 minutes 0 seconds or even less. Is this clear? One more command. When you put show running configuration, in this case I am putting do show run because I am executing that command in the global configuration mode. That's why I am including do. Otherwise it will be show run in the enable mode. Is this clear? Okay. So if I if I go to the running configuration and I go to my physical interfaces, now here under interface fast Ethernet 0/0, it is said that it is, you have an IP address of this. But looking at the running configuration, you will not be able to tell whether this fast Ethernet 0/0 is connected to device X or device Y, to a switch, to internet, wherever. So you can include a description under interface fast Ethernet 0/0. It's just like a label. It is not going to change any configuration. But when you look at the running configuration, at least you will understand, okay, this my routers, this interface is connected to that particular switch. Okay, so in order to do that, I'm in the global configuration mode. I'll go to interface fast Ethernet 0/0, and let's say this is switch 1. Let's say I'll name it as switch 1. So here I can give a description command saying, I would like to give it in caps lock. It is better like that. I'll say connected to maybe switch 1. It is not going to change any configuration in my device, just a label. Are you getting my point? Similarly, I can go to interface fast Ethernet 0/1, and I also can give a description that it is connected to switch 2. Watch how I am using the up arrow and trying to do my work little faster. See, I'm in 0/1 now. I want to go back to 0/0. I was earlier in 0/0. I can just press up arrow. My previous commands will come. There only I can do little bit of modification. I can put 0/0 and I can go back to 0/0 now. Okay, with these things you can be little faster. Okay, so I have earlier told you, if you want to quickly come back to the enable mode, what do you have to do? Control Z. And here show running configuration. Look under fast Ethernet 0/0 and 0/1. Do you see a description? Now at least if somebody is looking at the running configuration, he can say, okay, this interface is connected to that switch. It is not changing any of your configurations, just making it little bit easy to understand, or for the next network engineer to work. Okay. Like this description command, there is something called as banner command. What is a banner? You have in front of your college, you have SJBIT, big banner, right? Likewise, you can create some banners here. You can create some banners here, and you can exhibit those banners, wherever you want. But before the banner command, before the banner command, we will do some security things here. Okay, you have seen that nobody is stopping me from entering this device. That means if I have a console cable, if I have my lock, if I have the lock and key, I can get into the server room, I can connect a console, I can connect a laptop, I have my required software, I will just enter. Nobody is stopping me. So there should be some security here, right? I want that from next time, if somebody is trying to enter the device, the device should prompt for a password. It should ask a password at this point. Okay, if the password is correct, then only he will get this user mode. Clear? The objective is clear? Okay, that will be called as user level password. Okay, so I'll go to the one more thing. You can see now that, imagine I was trying to type a wrong command here. Okay, let's say I was typing CONFI. See, I should have gone to enable mode, then I should have gone to the configuration mode. But I have, by mistake, I have typed it. And what is happening here is, In this mode, in this user mode, there was no command starting with CONFI. As a result of which, it was not there in his database. As a result of which, he thought that it is the name of some device I have to contact. It is the name of some device I have to contact. Now, he doesn't work with the names. He needs a IP address. So he thinks, why not I call up the DNS server and get the IP address of the device whose name is CONFI. He is thinking like that. Okay. Now when he tried to send this CONFI to the DNS server, he needs the address of the DNS server. He finds that I don't know. That means the router doesn't know what is the address of the DNS server. So what he does, he sends a universal broadcast. 255.255.255.255 is a universal broadcast. That means it will go to everybody. He is sending a universal broadcast, just trying to contact the DNS server. If any DNS server is there, then he might reply. Are you getting my point? In that process, for some time I am not able to work because it will hang. Now, if you are configuring so many things and you may do some typing mistake, okay, and every time if there is an issue like this, and it will get delayed, you will get frustrated. So what you can do is, there is a specific command. With the help of that command, you can tell the router that for all wrong commands I execute, I try type, don't go and contact DNS server. If there is a wrong command, consider it as a wrong command. Okay, so for that I need to go to the enable mode. I'll have to go to the configuration mode and I'll give a command no IP domain tab will not work, because there are multiple commands starting with DOMAI. Only domain lookup and domain name. So you have to type the full command DOMAIN-L, then it will understand its lookup. It is no IP domain -lookup in the global configuration mode. Now one more thing, whenever you are noting down the commands, please note the place where you are executing the command. It's not only the command, write down it is like R1 within bracket config. At least you will know you have to type it there. Are you getting my point? Okay. Now come back to the original problem. I want some security in the user level. If somebody is trying to enter, he has to give a password and then only he can enter. For that, I'm in the global configuration now. I will go to line console 0 because I want to secure my console port. Right? I want to secure my console port. And here I'll give a command password. Let's say I'm giving the password Cisco. Now please, you should not give the password as Cisco because it's the most common password and everybody knows, the hacker also knows that you are giving. For the first time, he will try that only. Okay, but for the lab purpose, it is fine. But along with, this password will not work till you give one additional command called login under line console 0 only. By giving the word command login, you are simply telling the router that from next time onwards, if somebody is trying to enter through console port, you have to ask for password. Then when the user tells the password, he has to verify, right, whether he is telling correctly or not. For that, he should know what is the real password. You are giving him the real password. Okay, this is done. Come out and let us check it out. Let us exit out of this. I'm out. I try to come in. He's asking for password. I have to type the correct one. It will not show you that star marks also. It will not show how many words, alphabets are there. Okay, how many characters are there, it's not going to show. So you are in the user mode now. But you are thinking that this is not enough. You should have not only a password, the router should ask a username. If you correctly tell the username, he will ask for the password. If you tell the password correctly, then only you can enter. Okay, not only password, it will be username as well as password. Are you getting my point? For that, you again go back to the configuration mode, because every configuration has to be done there. Here in the global configuration mode, you give a command username. Okay, let's say capital Cisco. Okay, then password, let's say Cisco 123. Username, give a username, space, password, space, give a password. Is this clear? Enter. Now you have bought a lock from the market. You have bought a lock from the market and you are keeping it in the table. Is it of any use? No. It will be of no use till you take the lock and put it in some door, whether it's in the front door, back door, wherever you want to use, you have to use it. Similarly, you are giving him a username and password in the global configuration mode. Okay, now next you have to tell him when and where he has to use it. When and where he has to use it. Now you want that he should use it in line console 0. If somebody enters through line console 0, he should ask for user ID and password. Correct or not? For that, go back to line console 0 and give a command login space, put a question mark. If you put question mark, you get two options. One is the authentication and one is local. Okay, one is authentication and one is local. What do you mean by authentication? Nowadays, in the big companies, you have centralized authentication servers. You have centralized authentication servers. Those are called as, the two protocols are there. One is Radius and one is Takas. Takas is Cisco specific and Radius is like open standard. So what happens here is, normally the user ID password is stored in your laptop, your user ID password. But in a big company, the user ID passwords will not be stored in the individual pieces, but there will be a specific server. And you as a user may log into any of the PCs in the network. They will ask the user ID and passwords. You put the user ID and password, computer is not going to verify. He is going to send to the server. If the server says, okay, fine, let him in, he will let you in. Are you getting my point? So there can be two types. One is either the user ID password is stored locally in the local database, or it is stored remotely in a authentication server. Now presently we don't have any authentication server, but we have to tell him that please use the local user ID password I have just given you. This is the local user ID password presently in the local database, right? So I will say login local. Have you understood this? That means I am saying please use the local user ID password I have given you. Enter. My job here is over. I want to go back quickly to the enable mode. Exit out. And I will type exit again so that I can go back out. Try to enter, asking me the username. Cisco. Password Cisco 123. Have you understood? Till now we have configured the user level security in two ways. One was only password and one was username and password. Now you are in the user level. From the user level, when you type enable, you can directly enter to the privilege level. You know user level is level 1, privilege level is level 15. User level has got very minimum privileges. You know, he can execute very less commands. But in the privilege level, that's like an admin mode, right? He can execute lots of commands. So there should be check between user level and enable level. If you type enable, he should prompt you for a password. If the password is correct, then you should be able to enter the enable mode. Are you getting my point? So this time we will create enable level passwords. For that, again you have to go to the global configuration mode. In the global configuration mode, give a command enable password, let's say India. Okay. Now imagine lots of students make mistake in the passwords. How? Check here. You are writing enable password PASS, you have pressed tab, right? When you press tab, you might have seen that it will auto-complete the word and put a space after that. Right? Now, by mistake, additionally, if you put one more space and then you say India, what will be your password? Space India. So, please be careful regarding that. Let us go back and check. Again, Control Z. But this time, to check this enable level password, I need not go outright. From the user mode, I can come to the, otherwise I have to again put all the user ID passwords and come. So I will just type disable. I'm here, I will type enable. It's asking for password, I'll say India. Is this clear? You should take the notes in part by part. You say now it is security, it is user level security, now it is enable level security. Okay. Now there is a similar type of command. If I go to the configuration mode, there is a similar type of command, that is enable secret. Enable secret, let's say enable secret is, let's say SJBIT. Enable secret is SJBIT. Enter. Let's go out. Disable. I'll try to come in. Enable. What was the password? India. I might have typed wrongly. I'm not able to enter. I'll type SJBIT. I'm able to enter. Now, enable password and enable secret password. Both the commands will do the same thing. Securing the enable mode. Whether you give enable password and some XYZ or enable secret and some XYZ, both of them are their job is to secure the enable mode. But the thing is, whenever you previously, let's say you have enable password and some password, now you have given enable secret and something. Once the command enable secret has been executed, enable password will no longer work. Enable password will no longer work. Why? If you want to understand why, you have to give a command show running configuration. Show running configuration will show you all the things whatever you have executed, correct? Including your passwords. Can you see India? And if you go down under line VTY, maybe, or under line console 0, you can see that once I have executed enable this password also, right? Under line console 0. But Whenever you try to look for this Cisco 123, you can see this password also. But whenever you want to try to see the secret password, you are not able to see, because the secret password is encrypted. It is encrypted with MD5, message digest 5. Okay. Now, what is happening here is, I have configured lots of passwords, user ID passwords, and I'm going through my running configuration. You come from the back, you can see my passwords. When I'm not there, you can log in. But enable secret, you will not be able to do. Are you getting my point? So it's a new feature which has been introduced, and router is thinking, okay, enable secret is better than enable password. Since enable secret is there, why should I use enable password? Now you may not use enable password directly, you can use enable secret. There is no issue. Are you getting my point? Do you think it's a good one? Yes. So we should have encryption, right? We should encrypt our password even in our running configuration. So if you want to encrypt all your passwords even in your running configuration, then there is a command. You have to go to the configuration mode and you have to give a command, service password encryption. Service password hyphen encryption. Service password hyphen encryption in the global configuration mode. Okay, before executing that, you can look at my running configuration, and here it is saying that no service password encryption. That means password has not been encrypted in my running configuration. Now I am removing that no, and I am saying enter. Now if I go back to the running configuration, show run, can you see this selling service password encryption, and all my passwords are getting encrypted. However, this is level 7 encryption and this is level 5 encryption. Level 7 is not that secure as level 5. You can see that it is taking less number of bits to encrypt my password. And there are so many ways to break this password. You can just Google it. You can say Cisco level 7 encryption, copy this, paste it there, you will get the original password. Okay, but there are no known ways to break this level 5 encryption. But then also, it is easier to remember name, it is not easier to remember number. At least it is providing some kind of security to you. Are you getting my point? So with this command, all passwords which were there will get encrypted, and all the future passwords whichever was there, whichever you are going to put, will get encrypted. Are you getting my point? And one more thing I would like to tell you, whenever you are executing some command, if you want to remove that command, go to the same place, put a no in front of it. You might have seen that I have done previously, right? But this is the only one command which cannot be reversed. Once the password is encrypted, it cannot be reversed. Yes, you can remove that command. In that case, the future passwords will not get encrypted, but whatever passwords already got encrypted will not be coming back. Are you getting my point? So if I go back to the configuration mode, and if I tell no service password encryption, okay, and come back to the show running configuration, it is telling no service password encryption, fine, but I am not able to get back whatever has already been encrypted, but new passwords will not get encrypted. I can have one more set of user ID passwords, username, let's say Shekhar, and password, I'm promoting myself, Shekhar 123. Let's see show run. The new password has not become, it has not been encrypted. Are you getting my point? Clear? You have one more option also. You can have in this way. I can go to the configuration mode. These are little bit security stuff, You can have username. Let's say user 1, some user. Instead of password, I can directly say secret and let's say password. What will happen? Directly that password will get encrypted. Show run. With level 5 encryption. Are you understanding what I'm doing? Once you go through it and once you configure it, you will understand the things. Is this clear? Now let us come to the banner command. There are two types of banner which you have in your CCNA syllabus. One is called as login banner. Login banner means you are creating a banner and whoever tries to log in, he will be able to see that banner. Whoever tries to log in, he will be able to see that banner. And another banner is called as MOTD banner. That is message of the day. MOTD is message of the day. These are the two types of banners. One is the login banner, LOGIN, login banner, and one is MOTD banner. MOTD means message of the day. Now, login banner, it is only telling you for what purpose it is there. Whenever somebody logs in, he will be able to see that. Okay, let us create a login banner. How do you create? You are in the global configuration mode and you say banner login. Banner login. If you put a question mark here, it is telling that please write the line, whatever banner you want to write. But whatever banner you are writing, it should start with some character and you should end with the same character only. Then only router will understand that the banner is over. It's the end of the banner. Okay. Now, if you use the alphabet, what will happen? You were using, let's say S, and you thought that I will finish with S and the banner will be over. Now you have started S space. If you are saying welcome to SJBIT, when you are typing SJBIT, S came up, router thinks that it is the end of the banner. So you should not use the alphabet. You use some special character. That's the best thing. So I will use a special character. Let's say the dollar symbol. And first of all, the login banner should not have welcome. It will become a big legal issue. Why? Somebody will hack into your network, and when you put a case in the court, it will say they have put welcome. This is fact. This is fact. Because since you have said welcome, I have come in, right? So don't put welcome. You should put some security message or something like unauthorized entry is prohibited. And end the banner with the same you don't have to do anything. because it's a login banner. It has to be seen at the time of login. Let us go and see. Let us exit out. I'm trying to come in. Can you see unauthorized entries are prohibited? Now, do you remember that I have created couple of user ID passwords? You can use any of the user ID password combination to come in. Okay, but what all I have used? Cisco 123, Shaker 123. Okay, so not India, secret, top secret password, SABIT. Okay, this part is clear. Login banner done, and there is another banner called as MOTD banner. You have to go to the configuration mode. You have to say banner MOTD. Again, start with some special character, end with some special character. Let's say okay, and let's say that you want this banner to be shown when somebody enters through line console. Now through line console hacker cannot enter. Why? Because your router and switch will be in your secure location, in the server room, so unauthorized entry is not there. Hackers mostly will be trying to connect remotely from outside the network, right? So you can put here welcome, maybe. Okay, now you have created a banner. Now you need to tell the router where to display it. Login banner, he has understood it is at the time of login, but MOTD banner, you have to tell him where to display it. I want it to be displayed when somebody enters through the console port. So I'll go to the line console 0 and I will say MOTD banner. I want it to be displayed when somebody enters through console port. So I go under line console 0 and there I give the command MOTD-banner. Enter. Let's go and check. Can you see the welcome? Before that, unauthorized access, right?